Hi, Phil and Aaron. Are we in progress? Zoom is going. We're good to go. Okay. Good evening. I'd like to call the December 5th, 2023 meeting of the North Bend City Council to order. As Mayor Pro Tem, in absence of the mayor, I will be serving as chair of tonight's meeting. Can the clerk please confirm the roll?
All council members are present with the exception of Councilmember Elwood, Your Honor.
Great. Will the elect Mayor Miller please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance? Okay. To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. At this time, I will ask Police Chief Brian Lynch to come forward to introduce a new North Bend police officer.
So tonight I get to have the opportunity to come before you and bring a brand new police officer and one that will have connections to the city of North Bend. Because in a few short months after he's finished his field training, he will be assigned to North Bend and will be patrolling the streets out here. This is Michael Peter, and Michael graduated from the police academy in the middle of November. And he has already started his time with his field trainers and going through his post academy training out on the street. So he comes to us by way of San Ramon, California. He graduated high school in 2017. So let me put that into perspective. We came to Central Washington University in Ellensburg, and while he was there, while finding time between his double major of getting bachelor's degrees in law and justice and sociology, he actually played 5 years for the baseball team. So he played collegiate baseball level. He is very athletic. I've actually taken him out on the golf course, and Mark, we have somebody that can play golf, like legitimate golf next year for our team. So we were extremely lucky to have Michael Peter here and to be a part of our family. And I'm ecstatic that he's going to be on the streets of North Bend. My family lives here, and I trust him to do the right thing always and to excel as a police officer, and to keep the streets safe, not only for everybody's family that lives here, but for mine as well. So Michael, I don't know if you want to say anything, but now would be the time.
Sure.
Okay, all right, go ahead, man.
I just want to say thank you guys. My name is Michael, obviously, but I'm really excited to work for North Bend. I've gotten to be in North Bend for the past couple of weeks now, just through my FTO, and it's a great small little community, great little town that I've come to really learn and enjoy and start to know the streets and the people and civilians. So I really appreciate you guys having me here today, and super excited to start working in North Bend. So thank you guys.
Our pro tem, do we need to do a photo with we can do that? Okay. Right on the X. Okay.
What's going on?
Okay, next on to citizens' comments. We will now move on to citizens' comments. At this time, Consent agenda. We will now move on to consent agenda. We have 11 items on the consent agenda. Can I get a motion?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? The motion carries and is unanimous. Citizen comments. Sorry. We will now move on to citizen comments. At this time, if you would like to comment on an item that is not on the agenda tonight, we would invite you to come forward. If you are attending in council chambers, or to indicate in the chat box, or by *9 if you are attending remotely. We will start with those attending in council chambers first and then move on to those attending remotely. Please remember to state your name and address for the record, and you have 3 minutes to speak. Anybody in chambers?
Chris Garcia, 770 Southeast 10th, North Bend, Washington, 98045. I came down today to thank a longstanding council member, but while I have the microphone, I'm going to take advantage and air out some grievances and give you guys some suggestions, because you all know that I'm going to anyways. Let's talk about lights. We could use some lights at our ball fields. Our kids run out of practice time. I know in the past there's been concern about the neighborhoods and the light shed. Turn off the lights at 8:30, 9 o'clock. They have a lot of new technology, but we're having hundreds of kids every spring and summer lose out on that. I did want to comment on how great I thought the lights looked in downtown North Bend, both blocks. There are more businesses than just 2 blocks worth. We do matter, so maybe let's step up the game a little bit, North Bend. Now, that leads me to this. Mr. Rosen. I got up off the couch today to come down here, and I was going to do like the celebrity roast and all that kind of stuff. But in all honesty, this is a big loss for the city of North Bend. I know how much time and effort, concern, sleepless nights, arguing, battling for your position that you've done over the last 20 years, 18 years. And the citizens of North Bend owe you their debt of gratitude. I, as a citizen of North Bend, say thank you very much for all that you have done and allowed to not be done in North Bend. So thank you very much.
Anybody else in chambers? Anybody online?
No one online wishes to speak at this time.
Thank you. We will now move on to announcements, presentations, and appointments. Item number 12, AB 23-149, reappointments to Economic Development Commission. Current terms on the Business and Economic Development Commissions for positions number 1 and 2 expire on December 31st, 2023. Nick Jensen, position number 1, and Martin, I hope I say your name right, Mason Pierre. Position number 2 have both generously offered their time for another appointment to the Business and Economic Development Commission, and Mayor McFarland is recommending their reappointment. Nick, thank you for agreeing to serve for another term on the Economic Development Commission. Council, do you have any comments?
I just appreciate you stepping up again. Thank you so much for everything you're doing.
Yes. Please come to the podium. Oh, I need a motion. Do I have a motion?
Yes.
I move to approve AB 23-149, confirming the reappointments of Nick Jensen to position number 1 and Martin Mason Pierre to position number 2 on the Business and Economic Development Commission, terms expiring December 31st, 2027.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any
Aye.
opposed?
Yeah. Do you want to talk to the motion?
So the motion before you is to approve AB 23-149, confirming the reappointments of Nick Jensen to position number 1 and Martin Macion Pierre to position number 2 on the Business and Economic Development Commission, terms expiring December 31st, 2027. And we already all put it in favor. The motion passes unanimously. And
All right.
would you, oh, commissioners, would you like to speak?
No, I think they're waiting for you to take a picture.
No.
What? That's a little far. I can't get that. far. Kick me under the table. I said, you gotta wait for me to sit next to you. To just do that.
See, you can do that. I'll make
Yeah,
sure. Well, that picked me.
yeah. I never kicked you. I was
No, you-
gently tapped you
You've
and
always
said,
been gentle with things.
I need a longer stick to kick you, Heather.
A baton.
It's so nerve wracking, especially when you've not done it a lot.
Yeah.
I feel so bad.
Item number 13, AB 23-150, appointments to Park Commission. Parks Commission position number 1 became vacant with the resignation of Mark Carrera on July 28th, 2023. The vacant position was advertised on October 9th, 2023, and 4 applications were received. Applicants were interviewed on November 20th and 27th, 2023. Mayor McFarland determined applicant Matt Miller was an appropriate fit for appointment to the vacant position. Mr. Miller confirmed his interest in an appointment to the commission and has agreed to fill position number 1. Term expires on December 31st, 2025. Additionally, the terms for positions number 6 and number 7 expire on December 31st, 2023. Brian Duncan, position number 6, and Mina Red, position number 7, have both generously offered their time for another appointment to the Parks, Recreation, and Beautification Commission. Mayor McFarland is recommending their reappointment. Matt, will you please come forward to the podium and tell us about yourself and why you were interested in serving on the Parks Commission?
Hello, thank you for your time. My name is Matt Miller. North Bend's park system and access to trails is one of the primary reasons that my family and I decided to call this place home about 6 years ago. My wife Stockard and my daughter Sylvan are here to join me today. I remember when Stockard and I first drove through town about 6 years ago, and we saw the climbing wall at Torgerson Park. And I thought to myself, we talked to each other and we said, we really want to raise our family in a town that has these core values, to have this prominently placed in their park, a climbing wall for the community. 5 years ago, my wife and I started a local running club, running group, North Bend Beer Runners, and we created a community, many friends, and countless memories running through North Bend's trail system. And most recently, we now have our 2-year-old daughter, and with her, there's never a playground that we don't stop to explore. And we're also now regulars at the local bike track. So I'm interested in serving, and I really appreciate this opportunity because the values that I hold dear and my family holds dear to our heart are the same, that the values that the North Bend Parks, Recreation, and Beautification Commission adores as well. I want to ensure that our community continues to have access to these great resources. Thank you.
Thank you. Council, do you have any comments? I would like a moment.
I'll move to approve AB 23-150, confirming the reappointments of Brian Duncan to position number 6 and Mina Rudd to position number 7, terms expiring December 31st, 2027, and the appointment of Matt Miller to position number 1 for the remainder of position number 1's current term set to expire on December 31st, 2025 on the Parks, Recreation, and Beautification Commission of the City of North Bend.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay,
That's when you might pause for comment.
oh, sorry. Council, do you have any comments?
Yeah, I wanted to take a moment to say, whoops, want to take a moment to thank you for reappointment and being appointed. And I know we missed the other ones, but all these commissions are important to us and we appreciate your getting involved. And I think most of us got involved in this community with commissions, and it's nice to see the younger bringing your daughter here and everything like that, but and taking, the time to work with us. So I do appreciate everybody's appointments tonight. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, as a younger member of council, I'm excited to see you up there as well. But I'm also just wanted to say I've participated with your running group a number of times. I'd love to be back soon. I have a
See you
number of
again.
little ones, but I think the community you guys have in that running group is fantastic, and I think it'll add a lot of value to the commission. So excited to see you up. So appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you.
And I
Thank
can't
you
follow
all.
that easily.
Thank you all. Appreciate it. Current members, new for both commissions. We really do appreciate the time and energy and effort you put into these commissions. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Mary? No, I'm not done.
Oh, it's
I
okay.
got something.
You don't have to run
I
away.
have to say,
I-
thank you, Mina, and thank you, Brian, for re-signing up. And Matt, I read your application form and I was impressed how you knew the trails and you had ideas for the trails. And that's very exciting and I think will be very useful for our parks. And thank you for getting involved.
Thank you, Heather.
And I'll jump on the bandwagon there because I read that as well. And I thought, oh man, you are perfect. And the two individuals in the back there, Mina and, Brian, I think the world of you. You've stepped up year after year. And I so thank you graciously again for doing this again for the community. You do wonderful things. So thank you all.
Me too, simply to make sure everyone understands these are volunteer positions that take a lot of time and energy out of your personal lives, and the commitment that it shows to the city is laudable and much appreciated. Thank you so much.
Okay.
What's that chick say? That's all right. About there quite a bit, yeah.
Okay. Thank you, council.
So I'm not done. I've already put the big down. Because.
At this time, as Mayor Pro Tem, I would like to make a motion to approve AB 23-151, confirming Alan Gotthel as the 2024 Mayor Pro Tem. Does council have any other nominations for Mayor Pro Tem? Do I have a second for the motion for Alan?
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
This is when you
Sorry.
might have a comment.
Does anybody like to make comments?
I would be glad to. Now, first of all, Heather, thank you for your past year. We appreciate your time and energy and effort to take that position. Alan, hopefully things go well in the next few seconds and you'll be our next pro tem. So I'll be the first to congratulate you. But things could go either way, especially if you speak to this motion yourself. So, but I do want to thank you as well for stepping up. I know you'll do a great job and appreciate the time and energy and effort you're going to be putting in the next year. And you've got a great teammate sitting right next to you. It's going to be a fantastic year for the city. I feel that. And I look forward to seeing how things go.
Yes, I would like to acknowledge Councilmember Colin for a year of service and guiding us through some interesting times and retreats and helping us do better in leading the city. Al and I look forward to serving with you and yes, Mary as well. So onward. Thanks.
Public comment?
In a minute. Ellen, I think you're gonna be a great resource for our new mayor. I'm hoping you pick up where we left off with our retreats. I'm excited of the progress we made in those. And I will be willing to work with you on that, and we are gonna have a great year. Thank you.
And if I may add, thank you again, Heather, for a really sometimes strenuous year for you and learning, and your curve grew really quickly, and I'm very impressed of what you brought to your game, and it was a lot of work. So thank you for everything you've been doing and your willingness to step in next year to help us along too. And Alan, I can't wait. So
About that, down. Do you need my name and address again? You do, Christopher Garcia, 773 82nd Street, North Bend, 98045. I have had the pleasure to serve on the council with Alan before, and he's been fantastic Mayor Pro Tem. And my suggestion to the 3 new council members that are in this room tonight: pick up the phone, call him, ask him questions. He will call you, but he's going to be a great resource. You're going to be by far the longest standing member now, aren't you? The old man on the council, Alan, ancient goth elf. Okay. Yes, but in all seriousness, he's going to be a very valuable resource to the 3 of you, really to all of you, but to the 3 of you. Take advantage of what he knows and his expertise and guidance of what he can help you with. Don't let him tell you how to vote, but let him help you out. Okay, that's it. Thanks. Happy New Year. Johnny, give me a call there.
All right. So do I say the motion again, Susie? No. All right. Now that there are no additional comments, the motion before you is to approve AB 23-151, confirmed Alan Gotthealth as the 2024 Mayor Pro Tem. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any
Aye.
opposed? The motion passes unanimously. Moving on to introduction. Please.
Oh, thank you. I didn't know if I'd get to make a statement, but want to thank the council for the support on this. I am stepping into big shoes. Heather did a great job with starting with our retreat and having our meetings, and I'm looking forward to picking that up with you, and I will take you up on your help on that. And to the new people, my phone's always open. You got my cell phone, please call me. Again, my job is to help you steward it and help you understand it, and for me to work with the council, to work with the administration. My job is to support the council in any way, shape, or form I can. So I'm looking forward to it. This is my second stint at it. And I got a lot of new people. Jonathan's decided he just wanted to run away. So I'm looking forward to working with you all, and any education I can give you, please call me. Thank you.
Okay. Moving on to introductions. Item number 15, AB 23-152, ordinance amending NBMC 17.08.150 regarding application requirements for preliminary plats and binding sites. Mr. Regos, will you please provide the staff report?
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem Heather. Good evening, Council. Page 149 in your packets. This is a bit of a housekeeping item, but anytime we amend North Bend Municipal Code, it does require City Council approval. For applicants, there is a required release and hold harmless that applicants need to sign before they submit their applications, and that was adopted by our City Council 4, 5, 6 years ago. I can't remember the exact date, when we did have the capacity shortage over at our wastewater treatment plants. So we're at a point right now where the project is almost completed, And we're just doing some cleanup in our North Bend Municipal Code, and it's probably a good time to move this forward and make this amendment.
Thank you. Council, do you have any clarifying questions? Members of the public, do you have any clarifying questions? Okay, great. If any members of the audience would like to comment on this agenda item, we would invite you to come forward if you are attending in council chambers, or to indicate in the chat box, or by *9 if you are attending remotely. We will start with those attending in council chambers first and then move to those attending remotely. Please remember to state your name and address for the record. You will have 3 minutes. Anybody online?
Not at this time.
Thank you. Councilmember Miller, will you please make the motion?
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. I'd be honored to. Let's see, we've got motion to approve AB 23-152, an ordinance amending NBMC 17.08.150 relating to application requirements for preliminary plats, preliminary short plats, and preliminary binding site plans as a first and final reading.
Second.
All in favor, say. Is there any comments?
I think I'll just comment briefly that Mark mentioned that this is a bit of a housekeeping item, and it's like dotting your i's. You want to get this right. We're almost 90% constructed right now, so there's a lot to look into this the progress of this phase 2, but I'm excited to go forward, so I would recommend it be passed.
Say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Yes, thank you. This is this is related to our last agenda bill. Again, it's another housekeeping item. But just for all of us, we have spent a lot of time, energy, and money at the wastewater treatment plant the last 8-9 years. And some of these improvements involve employee worker safety. They involve redundancy for maintenance. They involve being compliant with Washington State Department of Ecology and Department of Health environmental standards. We are decreasing the temperature of the effluent with the new shade structure over the oxidation ditch, which is good for the stream. And we did, of course, increase capacity because it made sense to do it at the same time we were doing all this other work. So it's great to see the light at the end of the tunnel. I'm really happy with my staff and the consultants and the contractors, and just so thrilled that this is almost done. That concludes my staff report.
Council, do you have any clarifying questions? If any members of the audience would like comment on this agenda item, we would invite you to come forward if you are attending in council chambers, or to indicate in the chat box, or by *9 if you are attending remotely. We will start with those attending in council chambers first and then move on to those attending remotely. Please remember to state your name and address for the record, and you have 3 minutes to speak. Anybody online?
Not at this time.
Councilmember Miller, will you please make the motion?
Again, I'd be thrilled to. Motion to approve AB 23-153, an ordinance repealing NBMC subsection 20.12.050 G relating to what WWTP/sewer capacity as a first and final reading.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Councilmember Miller, would you like to comment on the motion?
I won't go too deeply into this, but I do want to applaud our staff, hardworking staff all these years to help make phase 1 and phase 2 now come to its near end. You have worked your tails off. I've been endlessly impressed. So I want to say thank you so much and do hope this passes.
Alan, would you like to speak?
Jonathan. Sure. She was looking right at me, but saying Alan, I'm like, this is. gonna
Hey,
throw
I
off.
got more hair. Come on. Oh,
Actually, I would like to speak to this. I'm going to be opposing this tonight, for just to be consistent. I oppose the original bond for the sewer plant, with concerns about that leading to more growth. I think it was Councilmember Elwood phrased it in a way that I really like it, which is sewers the gateway drug to development. So once you have that, development can take off. I've had that concern throughout. The council has spoken to this clearly and has been in favor of this, and I understand that, and have been supportive since, because that is the will of the council, and I understand that. So give me a pass tonight, because I'm going to just be consistent and continue to oppose this. And that is all I have to say tonight. Thank you.
I would like to speak to it. I think improving our infrastructure is wildly important, and we cannot keep delaying it. And I know that it will help bring different businesses and opportunities to our city, but to have a first world country infrastructure is very important. Now that there are no additional comments, the motion before you is to approve AB 23-153, an ordinance repealing NBMC subsection 20.12.050 relating to the WWPTP sewer capacity as a first and final reading. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed?
Nay.
So it is passed by 5-1.
I believe it's 6-1.
6-1. Okay, thank you. The motion passes. Item number 17, AB 32-154, resolution authorizing REIT 2 funds for property purchase. Mr. Miller, will you please provide the staff report?
Yes, Mayor Pro Tem Cullen, you'll find this staff report on page 159 of your packet, the last report. The city of North Bend desires to provide affordable housing within its city limits, and our housing action plan calls for it. The city council has identified real property located at 230 Main Street Avenue North in downtown North Bend as a suitable location for an affordable housing project due to its proximity to urban services such as the city's library, grocery stores, restaurants, and other services. Pursuant to RCW 8246.035, the city may impose a real estate excise tax known as real estate excise taxes 2, REIT 2, also referred to as the second quarter % for the acquisition of real property related to planning, acquisition, and construction of affordable housing projects. The city intends to acquire the subject property with REIT 2 funds for such purpose. The city has included an affordable housing project in its capital improvement plan, which was recently approved by the city council on passage of resolution number 2089 on November 21st, 2023. An affordable housing project is intended to be included in the capital facilities plan element of the city's comprehensive plan, which we are currently updating. City staff would recommend that this motion be approved. And I'm really happy to see this kind of progress toward providing affordable housing in our community. I think it speaks very well of incredible leadership by the council. There aren't many small communities that will step out and take this kind of a leap of faith to try to get our workforce housing in order and provide some housing for people that's actually affordable in our city. So I hope that you support this motion.
Council, do you have any clarifying questions? If any members of the audience would like comment on this agenda item, we would invite you to come forward if you are attending in council chambers or to indicate in the chat box or by star 9 if you are attending remotely. We will start with those attending in council chambers first and then move on to those attending remotely. Please remember to state your name and address for the record, and you have 3 minutes to speak. Anybody online?
Not at this time.
Councilmember Gotthealth, will you please make the motion?
Absolutely, thank you. Motion to approve AB 23-154, resolution authorizing the city to use REIT two funds to purchase real property.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Oh, sorry. Alan, do you have comments?
Yeah, I do, would like to see it, approved tonight. Kind of, would have loved to see it come out of other funds as opposed to REIT. I've made my point known. But other than that, I think it's the right thing for the community. And I do hope it passes.
Yeah, I echo Alan's concern about which fund it's coming out of but the big picture is this is a great step forward for affordability in our community. I'm glad to see that the council is thinking outside the box. And this is not the only thing we're looking at. There'll be more things that we intend to do with the funds that we have acquired over the last couple of years. There's a substantial amount of money and we hope to do a lot of good with that. And I like the fact that it's staying local and that we're going to deal with this as best we can locally. And I know this group, there's going to be some great solutions to the problem. So I do recommend it passes as well.
Yeah, I'll certainly be voting in favor. I think this is incredibly exciting. I want to acknowledge and thank council for hanging in and working to a point where we are as a group supportive and willing to move forward in the face of some uncertainty as to just how it's going to play out. But it's an opportunity that's been acknowledged and recognized towards a problem that we all acknowledge and recognize. And it's not a goal, going to solve the whole problem, but it's a proactive step that this council is able to take together to solve, or at least address in some way, in a very tangible way that's going to positively impact people's lives in this town. And that's the most exciting part of it, is in the end, out of this, we're optimistic will come better lives, a better quality of life for the folks who live here on many levels, including, workforce housing and the opportunity for folks who might not otherwise be able to afford the, as we all know, high cost of living these days. It's a small thing, but it's something that we are and can do. And that's the exciting part. It's tangible. So I'm excited and certainly will be voting in support. Thank you.
I will be voting in support as well. Mark, you were very eloquent with your words, so I can't follow that up easily. But I for one live in that area of town, so I've watched everything evolve, people coming and going and not being able to live here. So I stand in complete gratitude with everybody in council to take this leap forward. It's creative thinking. And going forward, I think we can do a lot more. So I really appreciate everybody hopefully stepping up and saying thank you for this as well.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, even though I wasn't a part of the vote on the first part of this movement, I wanted to express gratitude to all of you that, this controlling the asset and basically continuing the conversation, allowing ourselves as a council to continue the conversation on this, I think is incredibly responsible and I think answers a lot of the needs of the community. So I'm excited to be able to cast a vote to support this, but also just wanted to appreciate what you have done previously to me stepping in. So
Heather, just wanted to add one thing. Dave Miller, want to thank you. You really pushed this and got us going on this, and I'd be remiss if I did not tell you or show our appreciation for all your efforts to make this happen. I know you put an incredible amount of time, and as Dale's saying, it's like herding cats with us, but you got us across the finish line, and thank you for putting that time and that effort and making this opportunity.
Well, thank you for teaching me how to be so persistent, council member. And I do want to give James Henderson some credit here. He has been honchoing this thing from the beginning. And also I want to give thanks to our consultant, Londi Lindell, for getting this into escrow and getting the phase 1 done and making sure that escrow closes. When it comes to real estate, she's on top of it. So thank you.
I would just like to add, I feel incredibly lucky that this piece of property came our way and that we had this opportunity to purchase it for affordable housing. And its possibilities are amazing. We don't know what's going to happen, but it's very exciting and I do hope this passes. Now that there are no additional comments, the motion before you is to approve AB 23-154, a resolution authorizing the city to use REIT 2 funds to purchase real property. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? And the motion passes unanimously. We will now move on to mayor, council, and administrator concerns and initiatives. Counselor, is there anything you wish to comment on?
Yeah, I just want to echo, thank you, Heather, for stepping up tonight and stepping up as mayor pro tem. We do appreciate it. We know the extra work that you have to do. Also acknowledge Jonathan. I don't know, been working with him here for a lot of years, been friends with him a lot of years, and it's true. He does work hard on the things he wants to see passed, but also supports everybody on things that they want to see passed. So you're going to be greatly missed, and appreciate your effort. Know the amount of time you spent, know the sleepless nights and the conversations we've had. I'm going to miss some of those back and forth conversations, but you deserve to spend some time with your family, because I know we all sacrifice our time here for our families. I want to acknowledge that. Also, with the rain and everything, safety is key. So please watch out for all the puddles and what's going on. And I know Chris Garcia made some comments about lights, but I know we've got to take a look at some ways to try to make some areas for walking safe. And again, it's getting dark early at night. It's dark early in the morning. Please, while you're driving, when we aren't as full of rain, there are a lot of people out there walking. And sometimes you can't see them when they're side of the road. So please slow down in the area, watch it. You get home a little minute later or so, but then somebody will be able to get home too. So please be careful out there. Thank you.
Jonathan, it's been a joy to work alongside you. Sometimes we don't meet eye to eye, but we're always respectful, and I count you as a friend. So that's even better than a lot of people can say out there in the world. But go forward with joy into your next phase of life, and we're going to miss you terribly. And I know I'll stay in contact with you. Thank you for everything you've done. Holidays, I was able to be there for that lovely event. The weather held out. We were all grateful, certainly. But the amount of people that showed up in the streets was phenomenal. And the amount of work, amount it took to work and make this happen. I thank the Downtown Foundation, of course, the city of North Bend for the support, and all the other supporters that gave their efforts there. It was truly quite fun to be out. So I wish everybody a safe rest of your week, and please be careful as you drive around town.
Yes, I'll echo Councilmember Miller on holidays. I wanted to acknowledge Mark Rigos and his staff. Mark doesn't live in North Bend, but he was here. I hope mostly celebrating, but I also expect keeping an eye on things to make sure that they went smoothly. And that's going above and beyond, and certainly deserves acknowledgement, as does all the other staff who made it such a wonderful event and made it possible in so many ways to have the community come together and share a very nice evening out. It is the last council meeting of the year. There is a person who's absent, and that's Mayor Rob McFarland, who has served this city well for 4 years, and I think is deserving of our thanks and acknowledgement in his absence. He took the job very seriously, clearly cares a lot about this town and the people who live here, and accomplished some very significant things during his tenure, including a water services agreement, which had been sought after for a very long time. So I want to sort of plant that flag and just acknowledge him for his dedication and service to the town. And then move on to Mr. Rosen, who is departing. We have only overlapped for 2 years, but it's been very good for me personally, get to know you. I have endless respect for you and your commitment to the city, and learning how you go about engaging, and you take it very seriously, to your credit. And that's not a surprise, as does everyone here. So thank you. Thank you to Heather for leading us this past year. Thank you to staff again for showing up and keeping the city on the straight and narrow, doing what cities need to be doing. We'd kind of be lost without you up here. So I think with that, everybody be safe, have a happy holiday, and we will be reconvening in the new year with a new council and lots of reason for hope and excitement going forward, and a new way of, we'll miss certain folks, but we'll also benefit from some new folks and new perspectives. So the city will persist absent any of us being here. Thank you all.
First holidays was fantastic. Congratulations to the Ignite team and all the other performers. I was there. My daughter was there. It was fantastic. I would like to also say congratulations to Jonathan for all your service, and a thank you for many conversations that we had, and hope to have that open line of communication for you moving forward. And also quickly, just a huge thank you to Susie and all the staff who have mobilized incredibly quickly to get me comfortable up here and set up. And I know I've got more meetings to go, but I couldn't be more thankful for all the emails and check-ins and getting me ready to go. So thank you so much.
Jonathan.
All right, wow. 18 years, it's crazy. Last couple minutes, you just kind of hit me like a ton of bricks, so apologize if I'm a little quiet. Yeah, it's been incredible. I've loved 98% of it. Those sleepless nights, not so much. I have been so fortunate to work with amazing council members, past and present. Not only did I get to work with them, so many of them have become my close friends, and those friendships are I hold dear. And I never would have had that without this opportunity of serving on council. In addition to thanking all of you, past and present, for everything, I can't thank the staff enough. This is the most amazing staff. This is the staff that will keep us going. There will be constant turnover on council, always is, but it's the staff, that's the glue that holds it all together. Each and every one of you are just incredible. This city, this size, to have this type of staff, it's unprecedented. We've had head after head that left, and then somebody else, you think there's nobody could replace this, and someone steps up and does an even better job. And it's just been amazing to watch over the years how there's next man up. There's just always somebody there stepping up. So you guys have made my job so much easier. I can't thank you enough. Thank you, Susie, for keeping me honest. You guys have been great. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you for everything. And last but not least, but most important, is the citizens. I can't thank you all enough, all 7 of you out there watching. Maybe my wife is one of them, so maybe 6. It's 18 years you've trusted me to this job, and I hope I have done right by you. I've always tried to consider and keep in my mind and the needs of the citizens first and foremost. And it has been an incredible privilege to serve. I cannot thank you enough for sending me back time and time again. And it's been a third of my life. So thank you for that opportunity. It has been phenomenal. And with that, I will say goodnight for the last time, and I appreciate it, everyone. Thank you.
Jonathan, yeah. So to add to that, Jonathan, I want to thank you so much for all the service you've done for the city and for being a true mentor to me, which I am still going to hold you to moving forward. To add to that, I would like to welcome Errol to your first meeting, and I'm looking forward to our new council members, Susan and Christina, joining us. It's going to be a good year. On top of that, I have some Mayor Pro Tem notes to read to you. Council, we will be canceling the regular city council meeting on December 19th and the council work study on December 26th. The city invites residents and businesses to make the city shine bright this holiday season as the fourth annual Light Up North Bend Holiday Lighting Contest returns. Those interested in registering for the contest can find out more information on the news section of the city website. The registration deadline is this Thursday, December 7th. The National Weather Service has issued a flood watch through December 6th. For residents concerned about potential localized street flooding impacting their homes and businesses, the city's Public Works facility has sand and sandbags available during regular business hours. For more information, please visit the news section of the city website. The City of North Bend and the North Bend Planning Commission invite residents to attend an upcoming workshop that will cover the land use element, designations, and zoning in relation to the 2024 Comprehensive Plan update. The workshop will be held on Wednesday, January 3rd, 2024 at 6:30 p.m. at City Hall. So with that, we will now recess the meeting for an executive session to discuss potential litigation pursuant to RCW 42.30.110. The executive session is expected to last 20 minutes as there is no action anticipated as a result of the executive session. The videotaping of the meeting will stop at this time.